Don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing the Line, and Dylan Mulvaney is in the headlines again. I'm sorry to do it to you, but he just won't shut up and won't stay quiet and won't go away. Apparently it's like a bad cold or a bad case of crabs in this case, I'd say. It just won't go away. I don't know. It was just an Instagram video. Dylan Mulvaney criticises Bud Light for the lack of support amid sponsorship backlash. Now, Dylan Mulvaney, if you don't know who that is, it is a mentally ill person. I'm sure you can tell by the picture. That was promoted by Bud Light to sponsor their beer. They made a little TikTok video promoting Bud Light, and the sales of Bud Light crashed by the billions of dollars because this mentally ill person who sells themselves to children and pretends to be a woman and pretends to be a child in some cases should not be selling beer, let alone the beer that most red-blooded Americans were drinking. It was like the frat beer. It was the beer of the yokel. I don't know. It was not the customer base that they were usually supporting. So they fucked up massively, and Dylan Mulvaney cashed in and then got a paycheck and then watched the company sink, and now was chiming in saying that the company didn't do enough to keep him on and to promote his mental illness, I suppose. We're going to take a look at this story from timcast.com. TikTok influencer Dylan Mulvaney, who identifies as a transgender woman, commented on their controversial Bud Light sponsorship. "One thing I will not tolerate people saying about me is that I don't like beer." Mulvaney introduced a video taking a sip of what appeared to be a glass of an adult beverage. "I love beer and always have." The TikTok influencer went on to say something uncomfy was sitting on their chest. Yeah, it's probably a set of fake tits. "I took a brand deal with a company, and I loved and posted a sponsored video on my page," Mulvaney said of this new infamous Bud Light advertisement. "It must have been a slow news week because they said this was a major ad and got blown up, and you should have thought it was like on a billboard or a TV commercial or something major. But no, it was just an Instagram video." Mulvaney referenced the Bud Light can featuring TikTok influencer on the label, saying that the can was currently lost after Mulvaney hid it. When I did find it, I feel like it needs to go in a museum, preferably behind bulletproof glass," Mulvaney said, with a concerned look to the camera. "I'm bringing it up because what transpired from that video was bullying and transphobia than I could have ever imagined." Now, get one thing straight. Dylan Mulvaney is not transgender. Dylan Mulvaney is a fame whore who rose to fame on TikTok and social media apps after trying to work out the algorithm and figure out what was going to get him famous. Turned out when he came out as gay, he got a little bit of views. Then he came out as non-binary or whatever it was, came out more views. Then he came out as transgender, and he skyrocketed from there because of the mass amount of media attention from the right and the left on transgender and anything to do with trans people at this point. The problem here is, even if that's true that he is transgender, which I highly doubt, and I think he's just doing it for his 5 minutes of fame. If that's true, why is he promoting beer and alcoholic beverages and adult themes to children on an app that is majority used by children? There's something going on there. I don't think this person should be left alone with kids in the first place. But promoting beer and alcohol, promoting sex, gender, or what do they call it over in the US? They call it gender reaffirming care, which is getting a sex change or taking hormones. Promoting that kind of lifestyle to children on an app that is run dedicated to children is kind of fucked up, and no wonder the entire population of anywhere between the middle ground people and the right people in America and around the world blew up about it. I'm sure it's been spurred on by this whole, if we're listening to this drama, then we're not looking at the real issues kind of controversy. But Mulvaney is a caricature, but Mulvaney is a exaggerated character. It is like a cartoon character. making fun of women, making fun of trans people, making fun of gay people even. I don't get what they want out of this. I think it's just attention and money, which, I mean, respect the hustle. If you're going to earn money from wearing a dress, why not? Go for gold. But the insane ideology that this person pushes should not be acceptable by any means. It should not be promoted by any means, let alone Bud Light and then companies promoting him and giving him jobs that women should be getting, not actual biological males. It's insanity, and it's basically nuts. Pardon the Dylan Mulvaney reference. We'll keep reading here. Mulvaney said the TikTok influencer wished they had made a video months ago, though it didn't fear out the continued backlash along the feeling personally guilty for the controversy. Personally guilty for the controversy. I patiently waited for things to get better, but they haven't really, Mulvaney said, adding to the TikTok influencer was waiting for Bud Light to reach out regarding the controversy. Though Mulvaney never heard from the company for months now, I've been scared to leave my house. Well, you should be scared to leave your house. I mean, look at the goddamn horrendous job of makeup you're doing. Go and grab, I don't know, get an actual woman to show you how to do makeup, dude. I've seen actual drag queens that have better makeup than that. I patiently waited for things to get better, but they haven't. For months now, I've been scared to leave my house. I have felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anyone. Well, if you weren't so terrifying and hard to look at and exceedingly hard to listen to, you might not be alone. If you weren't just this spasmodic, weird, toxic person, or this character that you put on, if you were actually a real and genuine person, you might attract someone that could stand to be around you for longer than 30 seconds. I'm not telling you this because I want your pity. I'm telling you this because of it's my experience from a very privileged perspective, knowing that it's much worse than for other trans people. Mulvaney said the Bud Light hire a transgender identifying person and not publicly stand by them through the backlash was equivalent of not hiring a transgender identifying person at all. It gives customers permission to the transgender identifying person. Now, does that mean they're identifying as transgender, or they're not actually transgender? Is that some sort of weird wordplay that they're doing there? It gives customers permission to be as transphobic and hateful as they want, Mulvaney said, noting that the hate didn't end with the TikTok influencer. It has serious and grave consequences for the rest of the community. Mulvaney suggested transgender identifying people were also customers of Bud Light. I know a lot of trans and queer people who love beer. Oh, I'm sure you do. The TikTok influencer said, I have some lesbian friends who could drink some of those haters under the table. Yeah, well, I've seen some lesbians that look like Shrek, so I don't doubt you, bro. To turn a blind eye and pretend everything is okay, but it's just an option right now, Mulvaney said there should be nothing controversial or decisive about working with us. Mulvaney referenced positive experiences accepting brand deals with other companies, saying caring about the LGBTQ plus community. God, I hate that goddamn acronym. It gets longer every time you say it. They have lost billions and billions of dollars for Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, and a lot of other companies are waking up to this woke nonsense, and anytime that they use something or someone like Dylan Mulvaney, or they go to promote it, they're getting shut down. So the boycotts are working. Pride Month lasted 2 days for Xbox. Several other companies, I think it was BMW, Ford, they took down their pride flag emblem on Twitter after less than a day. We're winning with this war against this indoctrination and nonsense. And do you know what? It'd be fantastic is if next year comes around and you don't hear the word, oh, it's Pride Day or Pride Month or whatever it is, and it's just a normal month. It's just June. Remember when it was just June? It wasn't an entire month of this pedophilic nonsense. Now, with being left alone, trans people want to be left alone. Maybe stop putting them in our face like these Bud Light commercials and Ford commercials and things like that. And stay away from the children is another thing. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this person here has some mental issues and that this person really wants to be popular and famous on TikTok and on social media. They've done that. You've made that. You've made it that far. How about just leave it where it is instead of trying to push shit onto people that don't want it, and we're now voting with our hip pocket and we're not buying Bud Light. They were giving, not that I buy it anyway, it's disgusting piss water, but they were giving Bud Light away for free. You go and get a carton or 10-pack, whatever it is, and they literally give you money back with a voucher. So they're giving away stock for free. That's how bad it was. And they're trying to promote inclusivity whilst also excluding people. It doesn't work. If you want everyone to be equal and you want everyone to be treated right and everyone to be nice to one another, just shut up and let people be people. You don't need to shove this indoctrination down people's throat. It's ESG scores and crap that you're going for. We're over it as an entire culture. The whole world is over it. I'd be happy if no one ever did a video, if I never had to do another video, on people like Dylan Mulvaney or trans agenda or gay rights and pride and blah, blah, blah. Because just do you. No one cares. Just do what you want to do. Don't hurt anyone. Keep it out of everyone's face. Straight people don't go around promoting their straight pride and whatever else you want to call it. It's very boring and grating. If the most interesting thing about you is that you're gay or you're trans or whatever, that's a you problem. I don't know. Go and get a hobby that's entertaining. Maybe learn something. Go on a whirlwind adventure across the globe and get some interesting stories or something. I don't know. But if the most interesting thing about you that you love to promote to people is where you like to put your genitals, I'm sorry, but that's just sad and boring and no one really cares. Whatever happened to is like leave it in your home, stay away from everyone, and no one cares. I don't know. But Dylan Mulvaney obviously isn't finished digging the hole for Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, and hopefully they cop some more losses. But we'll see how the boycott ends up anyway, because they are not doing too well. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.